In the heart of ancient Greece, where gods and mortals intertwined in epic tales, a young hero named Bellerophon embarked on a journey that would etch his name into the stars. Imagine a world where a mere mortal could ride a majestic winged horse, Pegasus, born from the blood of Medusa. But this isn't just a story of flight. It's a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the eternal struggle between man and destiny. As Bellerophon sought glory, he faced staggering challenges, including slaying the terrifying Chimera. But what happens when human ambition clashes with divine wrath? Picture this: a hero soaring through the skies, chasing dreams, while unseen forces conspire below. The tension mounts as Bellerophon's triumphs lead him down a perilous path. What drives a man to reach for the heavens, and what consequences follow? Each choice unfolds like a tapestry, revealing the delicate balance between fate and free will. Hold on to your seats, because as we delve into the thrilling saga of Bellerophon and Pegasus, you'll discover that legends are often built on the ashes of ambition. Prepare to unravel the mysteries of heroism as the flight begins. Origin mythology of Bellerophon. Bellerophon, a prominent figure in Greek mythology, has a fascinating origin story that intertwines with the lineage of gods and heroes. He was born to Glaucus, the king of Corinth and Eurynomy, often considered immortal. However, his ancestry is steeped in divine elements, as he is said to be descended from the hero Sisyphus, who was notorious for his cunning and trickery. This lineage sets the stage for Bellerophon's complex character, one that is caught between the realms of mortals and the divine. His early life was marked by a significant event that would shape his destiny. After accidentally killing his brother, Bellerophon was forced to flee to the court of King Proteus in Argos. This act of violence, stemming from an impulsive moment, highlights a recurring theme in Greek mythology: the tragic consequences of human actions. It is here, in the court of Proteus, that Bellerophon would begin to forge his path toward heroism, yet it also hints at the precarious balance between his potential for greatness and the lurking dangers of fate. Bellerophon's relationship with the gods is particularly noteworthy. As a young man, he caught the attention of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war, who saw potential in him. This divine favor would play a crucial role in his journey, as Athena would later guide him in his most significant challenges. Furthermore, the gods often intervened in the lives of mortals, and Bellerophon's story is no exception. His divine connections suggest that his fate was not solely in his hands, a common motif in the tales of Greek heroes. The context of Bellerophon's life is also essential to understanding his character. In a time when the Greeks venerated heroes and their exploits, Bellerophon emerged as a figure who embodied both the virtues and flaws of humanity. His journey represents the struggle for identity, acceptance, and the pursuit of greatness. The interplay between his mortal origins and divine interactions creates a compelling narrative that resonates with the complexities of human existence. As we delve deeper into Bellerophon's story, we find that his origins are not merely a backdrop, but a vital component of his character development. The exploration of his lineage and the divine influences surrounding him illuminate the themes of ambition, fate, and the inherent struggles of heroism. Bellerophon's journey is not just a tale of conquest. It is a reflection of the intricate web of relationships that define the lives of both mortals and gods in Greek mythology. The conquest of Pegasus, one of the most significant milestones in Bellerophon's journey, is his conquest of Pegasus, the mythical winged horse. This event is not only pivotal for Bellerophon's personal growth, but also rich with symbolism. The story goes that Pegasus sprang from the blood of Medusa when she was slain by Perseus, and after wandering the earth, he eventually found his way to Bellerophon. The act of taming Pegasus represents a union between the earthly and the celestial, indicating Bellerophon's ascent toward heroism. The method by which Bellerophon managed to tame Pegasus is particularly noteworthy. Guided by Athena, he received a golden bridle, which enabled him to control the magnificent creature. This moment signifies the importance of divine support in achieving great feats. Bellerophon's ability to ride Pegasus reflects a deeper understanding of harmony between man and nature, as well as the necessity of guidance from higher powers. It teaches us that even the mightiest of heroes often require help to navigate their journeys. Moreover, the symbolism of Pegasus extends beyond mere companionship. The winged horse embodies inspiration, creativity, and the pursuit of lofty ideals. For Bellerophon, riding Pegasus was not just about physical dominance. It represented the elevation of his spirit and ambitions. The two became inseparable, and their bond symbolized the union of mortal determination and divine favor. This relationship underscores a vital lesson in mythology, that greatness is often achieved through collaboration and respect for one's sources of strength. Bellerophon's conquest of Pegasus also serves as a narrative device that highlights his heroic potential. Once he could ride the winged horse, he was positioned to confront formidable foes and undertake daunting tasks. The act of taming Pegasus can be seen as a rite of passage, marking Bellerophon's transition from a troubled youth into a figure of legendary status. It sets the tone for his subsequent adventures and illustrates the transformative power of overcoming challenges. The conquest of Pegasus is more than just a personal triumph. It signifies the broader themes of aspiration and the human spirit's capacity for greatness. Through this alliance, Bellerophon not only achieves his own goals, but also becomes a symbol of hope and inspiration for others. The tale exemplifies how, in the face of adversity, finding one's strengths and allies can lead to extraordinary achievements. The tasks of Bellerophon with Pegasus at his side. Bellerophon embarked on a series of heroic tasks that would solidify his reputation in Greek mythology. Among these challenges, the most notable was his battle against the Chimera, a fearsome creature that breathed fire and had the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and a serpent for a tail. This monstrous adversary was a formidable opponent, representing chaos and destruction, and it was Bellerophon's duty to restore order. The encounter with the Chimera is not merely a physical battle. It carries significant symbolic weight. The Chimera represents the darker aspects of existence, the fears and challenges that one must confront to achieve growth and understanding. Bellerophon's victory over such a creature illustrates the triumph of courage and determination over fear and chaos. It serves as a reminder that true heroism often lies in facing our inner demons and external challenges head-on. Bellerophon's tasks were not limited to the Chimera. He also undertook other missions, including the defeat of the Solymi, a tribe of fierce warriors. Each of these challenges contributed to his legend, showcasing his bravery and skill. However, it is essential to recognize that these tasks were not just tests of strength, but also opportunities for personal development. Each victory brought Bellerophon closer to understanding his capabilities and limitations, reinforcing the idea that the journey of a hero is as vital as the victories they achieve. Furthermore, the nature of Bellerophon's tasks emphasizes the relationship between mortals and the divine. His successes were often attributed to the favor of the gods, particularly Athena and Poseidon. This divine intervention highlights a crucial aspect of Greek mythology, the interconnectedness of human actions and divine will. Bellerophon's feats were not solely his own but part of a larger cosmic narrative where gods and mortals influence each other's fates. Ultimately, the tasks of Bellerophon serve as a narrative vehicle to explore themes of heroism, sacrifice, and the quest for identity. They illustrate the trials one must endure to earn respect and recognition. Bellerophon's journey reflects the universal human experience of striving for greatness amidst adversity, reminding us that every challenge faced is an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Intervention of the gods. The role of the gods in Bellerophon's story cannot be overstated. They are not merely observers of his journey. They actively shape his fate, often in unexpected ways. Athena, in particular, plays a crucial role as Bellerophon's divine ally. She not only provides him with the golden bridle to tame Pegasus, but also offers guidance and support throughout his challenges. This divine patronage illustrates the importance of divine favor in the lives of heroes, a common theme in Greek mythology. Poseidon, too, has his influence on Bellerophon's fate, especially in the context of the sea and the creatures that inhabit it. As Bellerophon navigates his challenges, the gods' interventions often serve as a reminder of their omnipresence and authority over mortal affairs. The divine interactions in Bellerophon's life highlight the belief that humans are not autonomous beings, but rather part of a larger cosmic order where divine forces play a significant role in shaping destinies. The interventions of the gods also reflect the moral complexities inherent in their actions. While they can bestow gifts and guidance, they can also impose harsh punishments and challenges. This duality is evident in Bellerophon's story, as the same gods who aided him later become instruments of his downfall. This aspect of divine intervention emphasizes the unpredictability of fate and the fragile nature of human aspirations, serving as a cautionary tale about the consequences of hubris. Bellerophon's interactions with the gods also raise questions about the nature of heroism. Are heroes defined by their actions alone, or do they owe their successes to divine favor? This inquiry is central to understanding Bellerophon's journey, as it forces us to consider the interplay between human effort and divine intervention. His story prompts reflection on the broader implications of heroism and the ways in which our lives are influenced by forces beyond our control. In the end, the gods' role in Bellerophon's narrative serves as a powerful reminder of the intricate relationship between mortals and the divine. Their interventions shape not only the hero's journey, but also the moral lessons embedded within it. The complexities of fate, divine will, and human ambition create a rich tapestry that defines Bellerophon's legacy in the annals of Greek mythology, inviting us to ponder the nature of our own struggles and triumphs in the face of greater powers. The pride of Bellerophon, once a celebrated hero known for his remarkable feats, faced a significant transformation driven by his own pride. Initially, he was admired for his bravery and accomplishments, such as taming the magnificent Pegasus and defeating ferocious creatures like the Chimera. However, as his fame grew, so did his sense of self-importance. This shift in character highlights a crucial aspect of human nature, the fine line between confidence and arrogance. Bellerophon became increasingly convinced of his own invincibility, believing that he could challenge not only monsters but the very gods themselves. This excessive pride led Bellerophon to seek greater recognition. He believed that he could ascend to the heavens and join the gods on Mount Olympus, a feat that only a few mortals dared to dream about. This ambition, although rooted in noble intentions, was fundamentally flawed. It reflected a hubris that clouded his judgment and distanced him from the humility that true heroes often possess. In Greek mythology, such hubris is typically met with dire consequences, serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of overreaching and losing sight of one's place in the cosmos. Bellerophon's arrogance was further fueled by his extraordinary achievements. He began to see himself as a demigod, a being superior to those around him. This self-perception alienated him from his companions and even from the divine entities that once favored him. The gods, who had supported him in his earlier quests, began to take notice of his transformation. In a pantheon where humility was valued, Bellerophon's pride became a glaring flaw that would ultimately lead to his downfall. As Bellerophon pursued his ambitions, he neglected the warnings and omens that surrounded him. The gods, particularly Athena and Poseidon, had provided him with guidance and support, yet he chose to disregard their influence. His belief in his superiority blinded him to the reality that even the mightiest of heroes were still subject to the whims of fate and the divine. This theme of pride leading to a hero's tragic fate is prevalent in many myths, emphasizing the need for balance between ambition and respect for higher powers. Ultimately, Bellerophon's journey illustrates a timeless lesson about the consequences of unchecked pride. While it is natural for individuals to aspire for greatness, the story serves as a reminder that humility and respect for one's limitations are equally important. In the end, Bellerophon's tragic transformation from a celebrated hero to a cautionary figure underscores the importance of self-awareness and the dangers of letting ambition overshadow one's true nature. The fall of Bellerophon. The narrative of Bellerophon reaches a critical turning point with his dramatic fall from grace, marked by the loss of his beloved Pegasus. This event was not merely a physical loss, but a profound symbol of his diminishing status and the consequences of his hubris. After achieving great feats, Bellerophon's desire to ascend to Mount Olympus overwhelmed him, leading to reckless choices that ultimately cost him everything. His ambition to elevate himself to the divine realm was the catalyst for his downfall. The loss of Pegasus was particularly poignant. This extraordinary creature, gifted to him by the gods, represented not only Bellerophon's triumphs, but also the connection he had with the divine. When he attempted to ride Pegasus to Olympus, he was met with the wrath of Zeus, who sent a gadfly to sting the horse. This action caused Pegasus to buck violently, throwing Bellerophon off his back. As he plummeted to the ground, the loss of Pegasus symbolized the severing of his ties to the divine, marking the end of his heroic status. Following this event, Bellerophon found himself wandering the earth alone, a stark contrast to his previous life filled with glory and admiration. His once proud demeanor faded into despair and isolation. Stripped of his powers and prestige, he became a tragic figure, a shadow of the hero he once was. This change illustrates the classic theme of the hero's journey, where the protagonist faces a significant fall that tests their character and resilience. The consequences of Bellerophon's fall extended beyond his personal suffering. His story served as a warning to others about the perils of pride and ambition. The Greeks often viewed such narratives as moral lessons, emphasizing that even the mightiest could fall if they strayed too far from humility and respect for the gods. Bellerophon's descent into obscurity became a cautionary tale within the mythological canon, reminding future generations of the importance of maintaining a balanced perspective. In the end, Bellerophon's fall underscores the fragile nature of success and the ease with which it can be lost. His tragic fate serves as a poignant reminder that greatness often comes with responsibilities, and the pursuit of power must be tempered with wisdom and humility. As he wandered alone, Bellerophon embodied the tragic hero archetype, illustrating the profound impact of pride and the inevitable consequences of overreaching. Themes of heroism and tragedy. The story of Bellerophon encapsulates rich themes of heroism and tragedy, reflecting the complexities of human nature and the interplay between mortals and the divine. At its core, the narrative explores the idea of what it means to be a hero. Bellerophon begins as an admirable figure, celebrated for his bravery and accomplishments. However, as his pride grows, the very qualities that once defined his heroism become the seeds of his tragedy. This duality illustrates the thin line between heroism and hubris, a common motif in Greek mythology. Heroism in Bellerophon's tale is not solely defined by physical strength or victories over monstrous foes. It also encompasses the virtues of humility, respect, and self-awareness. Bellerophon's initial success stems from his ability to recognize his limitations and work in harmony with the divine. However, as he becomes consumed by ambition, he loses sight of these essential virtues. This transformation serves as a reminder that true heroism lies not only in triumph but also in the ability to remain grounded and cognizant of one's place in the world. Tragedy, on the other hand, emerges as a powerful theme intertwined with Bellerophon's journey. His fall from grace is a classic example of a tragic arc, where the protagonist's flaws lead to their undoing. The narrative emphasizes that even the most gifted individuals are not immune to failure, especially when they allow their pride to overshadow their judgment. Bellerophon's tragic fate serves as a reflection of the broader human experience, highlighting the inevitability of suffering and the consequences of one's choices. The relationship between mortals and the divine is another central theme in the story. Initially, Bellerophon enjoys the favor of the gods, who assist him in his quests. However, as he attempts to elevate himself to their level, he faces their wrath. This dynamic illustrates the delicate balance between human ambition and divine authority. The gods, representing fate and moral order, remind mortals that they must adhere to certain boundaries. Bellerophon's failure to recognize these boundaries ultimately leads to his tragic downfall. In conclusion, the themes of heroism and tragedy in Bellerophon's story resonate deeply with audiences, offering profound insights into the human condition. The tale serves as a timeless reflection on the virtues and vices that define us, urging individuals to embrace humility while navigating the complexities of ambition. Bellerophon's journey from hero to tragic figure encapsulates the eternal struggle between greatness and the fragility of human existence, inviting contemplation on the nature of success and the consequences of our choices. Representations in art. The story of Bellerophon and his majestic Mount Pegasus has inspired countless artists throughout history. From ancient sculptures to contemporary paintings, the visual interpretations of this myth have evolved. Yet they still capture the essence of heroism and the tragic fall of Bellerophon. In ancient Greece, artists often depicted Bellerophon in the midst of his battles, showcasing his bravery and the breathtaking beauty of Pegasus soaring through the sky. These representations were not merely decorative. They served to communicate moral lessons and cultural values of the time. In classical sculpture, we often see Bellerophon depicted as a youthful and muscular figure, emphasizing his strength and valor. The intricate details of the sculptures highlight the dynamic relationship between man and horse. Artists such as Lysippus, a prominent sculptor of the 4th century BCE, created works that captured the heroic spirit of Bellerophon. The way Bellerophon is portrayed, often with a determined expression, reflects the admiration the Greeks had for heroes who faced insurmountable odds. These sculptures were typically made from marble and showcased in public spaces, reinforcing the idea of Bellerophon as a moral exemplar. Moving into the Renaissance, the story of Bellerophon and Pegasus continued to captivate artists. Paintings from this era often employed dramatic lighting and vibrant colors to evoke emotions. For instance, the works of artists like Peter Paul Rubens demonstrated a keen interest in the narrative aspect of mythology. In Rubens' paintings, we see dynamic compositions where Bellerophon battles the chimera, emphasizing the chaos of the encounter and the raw power of both Bellerophon and Pegasus. The use of movement and emotion in these artworks speaks to the enduring nature of the myth and its ability to resonate with audiences across time. Literature has also played a significant role in the representation of Bellerophon. Poets and playwrights have reinterpreted his story, giving rise to various adaptations that explore different themes. For example, in the works of Ovid, Bellerophon's journey is recounted with a focus on his initial triumphs and later downfall. These literary representations complement the visual arts by providing deeper insights into the characters' motivations and the consequences of their actions. The interplay between literature and visual art has enriched the overall understanding of Bellerophon's myth. Today, the legacy of Bellerophon and Pegasus can be seen in modern art forms, including digital art and film. Contemporary artists often reinterpret these ancient stories through new mediums, reflecting current societal themes while paying homage to the original myth. The adaptability of Bellerophon's tale underscores its universal appeal, proving that the struggles between ambition, pride, and humility remain relevant even in today's cultural landscape. Cultural and literary influence. The influence of Bellerophon and Pegasus extends beyond the realm of art. Their story has permeated various aspects of Western culture and literature. From classical antiquity to modern storytelling, the themes embodied in their narrative have inspired countless works. The archetype of the tragic hero, represented by Bellerophon, has become a recurring motif in literature, symbolizing the internal conflict between aspiration and the pitfalls of hubris. Many writers have drawn upon Bellerophon's tale to illustrate the consequences of overreaching ambition and the fragility of human success. In ancient texts, Bellerophon's story was referenced by notable figures, such as Homer in the Iliad. His reputation as a hero lingered through time, influencing subsequent generations of storytellers. The myth served not only as a source of entertainment, but also as a cautionary tale about the dangers of pride. As authors crafted their own narratives, they often included allusions to Bellerophon, reinforcing the idea that even the greatest heroes could fall from grace. This theme resonates in works like Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy, where the struggle for redemption mirrors Bellerophon's own journey. The Renaissance period saw a resurgence of interest in classical myths, and Bellerophon's story was no exception. Poets and playwrights, such as Christopher Marlowe and John Milton, incorporated elements of the myth into their works. In Marlowe's Dr. Faustus, the themes of ambition and the quest for knowledge parallel Bellerophon's desire to conquer the skies. Similarly, Milton's Paradise Lost explores the consequences of pride and rebellion, echoing the downfall of Bellerophon. These literary connections highlight how the myth has shaped the moral and philosophical inquiries of various eras. As we venture into the 19th and 20th centuries, Bellerophon and Pegasus continued to inspire writers and artists alike. The Romantic movement, in particular, embraced the themes of nature, beauty, and the sublime, often drawing on the imagery of Pegasus as a symbol of creativity and inspiration. Poets like Lord Byron and John Keats used the imagery of the winged horse to convey their own artistic struggles and aspirations. This interplay between myth and creativity illustrates how Bellerophon's legacy has evolved while remaining relevant to the human experience. In contemporary culture, references to Bellerophon and Pegasus can be found in literature, film, and even popular music. The archetype of the hero striving for greatness resonates with modern audiences, as seen in superhero narratives and fantasy literature. The enduring legacy of Bellerophon serves as a reminder of the timeless themes of ambition, struggle, and the inherent risks associated with the pursuit of greatness. As we continue to explore these narratives, the influence of Bellerophon and Pegasus remains palpable, serving as a bridge between ancient mythology and modern storytelling. Symbolism of Pegasus, the winged horse, stands as one of the most enduring symbols in Greek mythology, representing a multitude of meanings that have evolved over centuries. At its core, Pegasus embodies inspiration and creativity. As the offspring of Poseidon and Medusa, this magnificent creature is often associated with the arts. In ancient Greece, poets would invoke the image of Pegasus to signify the divine source of their inspiration, making the horse a muse for countless artists. The act of Pegasus flying through the skies symbolizes the elevation of the human spirit and the pursuit of lofty ideals. In addition to representing artistic inspiration, Pegasus is also a symbol of freedom and transcendence. The ability to soar above the earth signifies liberation from the constraints of the mundane world. This theme resonates with individuals who seek to rise above their challenges and achieve greatness. The image of a powerful horse taking flight has been interpreted as a call to embrace one's potential and strive for personal freedom. Throughout history, Pegasus has served as a reminder that, despite obstacles, the human spirit can rise above adversity. Beyond the realms of art and personal achievement, Pegasus has also been associated with the concept of heroism. In the context of Bellerophon's story, Pegasus represents the bond between the hero and the divine. The act of taming Pegasus signifies Bellerophon's worthiness as a hero, showcasing his ability to harness extraordinary power. This relationship illustrates the balance between human ambition and divine favor, reinforcing the idea that true heroism often requires humility and respect for the forces greater than oneself. In modern interpretations, Pegasus has transcended its mythological origins to become a broader cultural symbol. In literature and popular culture, the winged horse is often depicted as a creature of magic and wonder, representing hope and the possibility of achieving the impossible. Many contemporary stories feature Pegasus as a character or a motif, reflecting society's ongoing fascination with the themes of aspiration and transcendence. This adaptability speaks to the timeless nature of Pegasus as a symbol that resonates with diverse audiences. Lastly, the symbol of Pegasus has found its place in various emblems and logos, particularly in the realms of business and education. The image of the winged horse has been used to signify excellence, creativity, and the pursuit of knowledge. Organizations often adopt Pegasus as a symbol of their commitment to innovation and inspiration, showing that the legacy of this mythological creature continues to thrive in contemporary society. The enduring nature of Pegasus as a symbol reflects our collective desire to aspire to greater heights and embrace the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. As Bellerophon soared through the skies on the back of Pegasus, he wasn't just a hero. He was a symbol of ambition and the quest for greatness. But remember, dear viewers, even the most extraordinary journeys come with their challenges. After all, Bellerophon's story took a twist when Hubris crept in. He dared to challenge the gods themselves, seeking to reach Mount Olympus. What happened next is a powerful reminder of the fine line between ambition and overreach. The consequences of his pride serve as a lesson for us all. Have you ever felt the urge to reach for the stars, only to be pulled back by a harsh reality? As we reflect on Bellerophon's fate, think about your own aspirations. What battles are you facing in your life? Are you aiming high, or perhaps you felt a little too grounded lately? Remember, the tale of Bellerophon and Pegasus teaches us not only about courage and adventure, but also about humility. So, keep that spirit alive. What mythical creature would you ride into your own challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Until next time, keep dreaming and exploring the wonders of Greek mythology.